everybody doing? Can I just say something? You all look just absolutely beautiful. So when Michael Hager and Ken and Rosa and the Rosa Project asked me to MC this project, I was more than happy to cross the river and come and MC this project. And I just want to let you ladies know that we all have a story, we all have a voice, and this is my voice, our story slam. So my name is Shirlene Cooper, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised.
Me too!
All right.
We're Brooklyn's
in the house. I was diagnosed with HIV in 1997, really 1996. And I probably was diagnosed before that. In 1995, I lost my son to HIV and AIDS, and he was 2 years old. And I was very devastated. It was the hardest thing I had to do was to bury a 2-year-old. Then I got diagnosed right behind him in 1996. I was so depressed. I know some of you know of any of your mothers that were diagnosed and you had children or lost children from living with HIV and AIDS. How devastating that moment can be. Of course, I had to dig deep inside myself and find my strength. I had to make peace with the loss of my son, only 2 years old. And then I had to make peace with HIV and AIDS. And as you can see today, peace. So I began my journey, starting out as a peer educator, community organizer, lead organizer, deputy director, and then CEO of the New York City. I am also the first African American woman to sit on New York City City Council HIV AIDS Service Administration's advisory. So what my voice and my story, what I want to talk about today, ladies, is employment. So as I mentioned, I had began as a peer educator. And I went on to become a community organizer, lead organizer, and deputy director of a nonprofit organization. When I tell you I put every ounce and energy of myself into this organization, I recruited over 3,000 members. I ran their syringe exchange program. I received awards from the Global for Life program. I received citations from the mayor. I have awards from around the world. I've been to 46 states and 37 countries organizing for women living with HIV and AIDS. Google it. She ain't lying. So you can imagine the devastation when I came back from Mexico City, Mexico, and I saw a termination letter on my door. What? Me? What did I do? I just couldn't understand. I gave my all to it. I was utilizing the work to heal me from the loss of my son. And I kept going and going and going because I didn't want to feel the pain of the loss of my son. I gave 9 years to this organization just to come back home from Mexico and see a termination letter on my desk. And I was just stagnated about what am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do next? And what did I do wrong? So as a long-term survivor, 27 years, living with HIV and AIDS, ladies, still here. I said to myself, ain't no stopping us now.
Yeah, that's right.
So I went on to work for Housing Works Inc. for 2 years, and I created their East New York advocacy program in Brownsville. I left Housing Works and I was introduced to Love Positive Women under visual aids. And I fell in love with the program. It was an amazing art program where we created paper and we made Valentine's Day cards to send around to 47 countries around the world to women living with HIV and AIDS. Sure, I'll become the From that point on, I received the material for the arts grant, and it was $400, just a little bit of money. I took that grant and I started the Women Empowerment Art Therapy Group in Brooklyn, New York. I started with 8 women in my living room. Today, we are 6 years old, 500 plus women. We have received grants from the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation, Macy's, Resort World Casino, the Mellon Grant, the Lambert Foundation, and many, many more, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Et cetera, et cetera.
I just felt like, as a long-term survivor, we're no longer sick, ladies. Look around the room. Nobody's sick here. Nobody's frail like back in the 80s. We're not dying. We're living. Can I get an amen? So you know what? We want to work. Am I right?
Yeah.
We want to work. I don't want to be a product of somebody. I don't want to be looked at as just as a person living with a disease. I want to work. If I got the same skill set that the person sitting on the other side of the table has, why can't I get the job?
Right.
Right? So I just wanted employment. And every organization I went to didn't want to employ me. Can you just sign up to become a client? I don't want to be a client. I want to be a worker, like you. So Visual AIDS gave me that opportunity to become a worker and run the Women Empowerment Art Therapy Group. It's been operating for 6 years. We've been all over New York City, Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, and Staten Island. And now we're in New Jersey. So that's my time. I just want to thank you all for coming out to My Voice, Our Stories, and welcome you to the My Voice, Our Stories Story Slam. Okay, I want to introduce a performer.